What is school like? Would you say school is like better or worse or something in between?
Um, Personally, I don't know. I would say that school is, uh, I would say that it's easier to an extent, like actually doing it, because I don't have to wake up as early, and like they have a no late work policy. Like, no, I mean, they have a late work policy where you can turn in anything as late as you want, and they'll give you full credit. But it's still that issue of like not being able to see people, and like, and then a big thing is like the table groups, and like you work with your teammates and stuff to learn, and you can't really do that on Zoom. I mean, you have breakout rooms, but no one ever talks in a breakout room, and so it's kind of just people talking at you for 7 hours and not really. I don't at least take in that much information, and it's really easy to get distracted too, especially with our phones and everything around us. So I don't think I'm learning that much, but it is easier to do, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like none of the like fun parts
Yeah.
of school because like I remember like being like at ASU like classes were hard and there was definitely like a difficult adjustment, but I was also like living on campus and I could like go get breakfast with my friends whenever I wanted to, or like walk to Taco Bell or go to the gym with them. So there were a lot of like privileges and things that I enjoyed about being on campus, but now it's just like, I mean, it's better now that I've like moved in with friends, but
Hmm.
it's like not a lot of the fun parts of college are left or school are left. Um, what about like, how do you feel like you've been privileged or like unprivileged during the pandemic?
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I haven't had to worry about money. Not me personally making money, but a lot of people who've lost their jobs during the pandemic, and so they haven't been like. I mean, there's a reason there's a stimulus check, but we haven't really needed one, and so I feel like not having to worry about my financial situation and if we're gonna have money or not is a very big privilege because a lot of people don't have that privilege.
What do you think that political engagement looks like, and what do you think it should look like?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I guess the first part of that question is for you, like, what do you think political engagement is? And then, like,
Well, for me, it's kind of, I think political engagement is just, I feel like keeping up with the news and voicing your opinions, I guess.
how has the way that you think about police changed or stayed the same since May, which was when
Yeah.
George Floyd happened?
I think it went from like I've always had like the Ben Wyatt thing where I've always been really scared of cops, but I mean, I'm definitely not the person who should be the most afraid of police, but um before May, I was always just kind of like scared of them, but I didn't really have an opinion on them. I was just kind of like, yeah, some of them can mess up sometimes, but it's whatever. Then after May, I realized that it kind of just said a lot about that whole system. Not necessarily the systemic racism of it, which is there and definitely is the biggest issue with the police. But I think it said a lot about their character too, where they don't think they can get in trouble because they basically can't get in trouble for whatever they do. So they kind of just have this attitude of like, what are you gonna do? We can't get arrested. We can do whatever we want. And so that made me like lose a lot of respect for that. Not that I had much before, but now that I know it's less about we're going to serve and protect, and it's more of we can do what we want, and we're like the people in society who just want to control people. I don't know if that makes sense. So that's my respect just basically dropped because I just kind of learned that fact.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.